Okay, for you beekeepers that have been following the tiny swarm saga, it's time to get in here and check them out. I don't think I've been in here since April 10th. I need to check my notes real quick. Oh, here, I got them right here. Let's see what it says. Tiny swarm. Moved to 10 frames, possibly. And I didn't write the date, so I'll have to go check my main notebook. My main notebook, I left it down here, and it was down here for 2 thunderstorms. I saw it last night. I took it up to the house on the 4-wheeler, and I left it laying on the 4-wheeler, and a thunderstorm came through last night. So it's been rained on 3 times now. So I'm writing my notes in this little thing until my big book dries out. So fortunately I wrote everything in pencil and it didn't smear everywhere. So there's a good activity here on the tiny swarm. So I need to get this little entrance reducer off of here, and let's get in there and see what they got. And we're probably about 2/3 of the way through our nectar flow. So hopefully they got it built up in there nice and they're ready to move up to a 10 frame deep. So let's check it out. So there's a nice close-up of their entrance there. See, they got some guard bees sitting out there. Some bees coming and going. So this doesn't need to be on here any longer, I don't believe. Let's go ahead and take it off. And then the reason I put that on there is to give them some protection from other bees that try to get in there that don't belong. Gives them a lot smaller area that they have to defend, so they can fight off other bees, other wasps, things like that that try to get in there. Hive beetles. So I don't believe there's any beetle traps in here either, so that's a concern of mine. Okay, let's see what we got going on in here. See a pretty good population right here, that's good. This inner cover is glued down good. It means they've been working and putting propolis in there. Got a few beetles up here. Get them smashed. There's one in the corner. Got him. That's good. I don't see a lot of beetles in here. And with no beetle traps. They got this all propolised in real good so the beetles can't hide behind there. Let me show you that. That's kind of interesting. So they done it on both the front and the back. So see on the ends of the frames, get the lens out of the way, can't cover, how they built a little block, or a little, they propolised in both ends of the frames. So there's a little compartment in there, so beetles can't hide behind that frame. If they do, they go and they propolize it upwards too, so that area is blocked off to beetles. So hygienically that's pretty good. You can see they've done it here, that thing, on the back side too. It's kind of cool. I guess it's cool. To beekeeping nerds like me, we think that's cool. It looks like, just from looking up the top here, they got this thing loaded with honey. And I believe last time I was in here I gave them a frame that had a little bit of honey on it, just to get them through the dearth for the spring. Now, if that's not full, it's all drawn out. The queen has totally laid this frame up, totally full of eggs. Give you a shot so you can see. If you look into those cells, you will see little white dots. There's some right there. Those are fresh laid eggs, or they're just a few days old and they're turning into larvae. Yeah, most of these are larvae. Here's some younger eggs right in here. They just look like a little white line. I don't know if you can see those or not, but when it turns into a comma instead of a little white line, that's when it's turning into a larva. So this is a queen's frame here. She's laid this all up. Nothing going on here, it's empty, because that's the very outside. Make double sure that queen's not on here before I set it down. Yeah, I don't see her. Now I got little wood blocks everywhere. So let's see what we got on the rest of this. So I got some pretty old larvae in here. They're fairly well grown, and some capped larvae. A little bit of honey here in the corners. I don't see any pollen. Here's quite a bit of capped brood. And where it's not capped, she's backfilled, and there's larvae in each one of those empty holes. So the queen is doing well. See if we can spot her. I'd say they're ready to move up to a 10 frame from the looks of this. This frame has some good weight to it. Lots of capped brood, and what's not capped is backfilled. Backfilled with larvae. Here's some pollen out on the outside corners. So they're doing okay. Well, hopefully we'll see that queen on this frame here. Lots of capped brood there. And larvae around it. Here's the queen here. She's on this frame here. There's Tiny Swarm Queen. Doing well. Tell you what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to mark her. My marker is in my jacket. Yep. Get my pen ready. Yeah. Got the queen in here. See her in there. We get her up to the top now. And she's nice and calm. Okay, got her marked. Now I'm going to pull that plunger down fast so it doesn't smear. See her walking around in there. So we'll leave her in there for a while, let that dry. Because you don't want to put her in there with that wet. Other bees will start cleaning it off of her and it'll smear everywhere. Had some nectar come out of this frame when I had it tilted. That's all full of nectar right there. Go ahead and look at this last frame, see if she's laid on it any. Usually the outsides are always blank, just like that. So that's full of nectar. That little bit of comb there. So wish they'd draw that out. Get that propolis off of there. This frame here came from another hive. That's why that's on there. Try and get a good shot of this queen release. There she goes. No, she's still up here. Her wings are going. Nope, she just fell in. I don't like it releasing the queen and their wings are going. I like them to walk in there. That's kind of scary. Get this put back together. Nice and slow, because we don't know where she went. Okay, tiny swarm is looking good. I believe they're ready to move into a 10 frame deep, and maybe checkerboard a couple of frames in between those and leave the outsides blank. Don't want to checkerboard them too much. With all these bees in the same location, there's a lot of competition for nectar in this area, so it's not like they just go out and just bring in tons and tons of nectar and can build out real fast. So I need to reduce my apiary a little bit. So I've got 25 hives going in here right now, and I think that's really too many for my area anyway. So tiny swarm's good. That's the end of this video. Give me a thumbs up if you would, and subscribe to my channel. And we're gonna go check out another beehive, and stick around, and there'll be another video on one of those. So catch you on the next one.